What is going on? We've got an entire bonanza of F80 M3 stuff that we're gonna be doing today. If you guys are new here, I bought this 2016 F80 a couple months ago. I think I've had this car about 2 months, and in that time we've been going through and kind of fixing a lot of the stuff that was neglected, whether that be maintenance, broken things on the car, and stuff like that. So today we've got a nice slew of things that's gonna completely transform the F80 in my opinion. Back here is the first little section of what we got. So I needed tires for the BMW, and being a car person, obviously if I'm buying brand new tires, I might as well buy some wheels for it. So we have a set of Volk TE37s, Saga, I think these are the Saga Plus or the S Plus, whatever they call them. These are a staggered set. The rears are 18 by 10.5 plus 30. The fronts are 18 by 9.5 plus 20. So these should fill out nicely. The front tires are 255 35 18s. The rears are 295 35 18. I'm a little worried those aren't gonna fit, so we'll see how that looks. ECS Tuning was kind enough to send us their Turner Motorsports full exhaust for the F80 M3. This is also valved, so that way we can have it quiet when we want it quiet or loud when we want it loud. If you guys saw in the last video, this car is essentially straight piped. I tried welding in a muffler on one side, and to be completely honest, it just did not change the sound of the car at all, so I didn't even bother doing the other side. They sent us their mid pipes as well. They look great. It's gonna sound good. I had to go out and buy some new BMW OEM exhaust valve solenoids because the last owner of the car took them out. No idea what they did with them, but I went ahead and got 2 of the new solenoids so that way we can actually use the valved function of the exhaust. Bagged an OEM BMW front lip. I did not get the carbon fiber option because, like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of a ton of carbon fiber on these cars. With that, we also have some stuff like a new front grille with the new emblem. I mainly bought this just for the emblem. License plate frame just because I wanted that. Windshield wipers, the ones on the car are terrible. DCT service package, so this includes the aluminum pan, new suction pump filter, other filter, all the fluid needed. First thing that we need to do is get the BMW up in the air and get the old exhaust off, because my buddy Thomas is actually driving up from Salem today to take this old exhaust, because with our new one going on, I'm not even gonna bother trying to sell this thing. He also just bought an M3. He bought a Jahar edition F80. Looks phenomenal. So we're gonna make his car a little, I think he just got the crank hub done, charge pipes, charge cooler, a whole bunch of other stuff done as well. So let's get BMW up in there and start getting this old exhaust off. On the M3 now, we've got this VRSF single mid pipe coming out to what I believe used to be VRSF catbacks, but as you guys can see, somebody at an exhaust shop removed what I would assume would be a valve, a resonator. Something was here that got cut and modified. So last time I tried to put in this muffler, and I'm just not happy with how it came out. So we're gonna be ditching this entire VRSF exhaust for the ECS Tuning Turner Motorsports one. So let's get this thing off, get it set aside for my buddy, and start getting our new one installed here. Gentle. Alright, sick. Oh shit. You got it?
Yeah, got it.
You okay?
Yeah.
Show you guys the difference here. We are going from a single mid pipe over to actually a dual mid pipe setup. I know some people say that this sounds better, but I want to keep the exhaust all one unit, and this works very well with the setup that we're going to be putting in the car. So this one is going in my buddy's M3, which he actually drove his Jeep up, so he had to go back down to Oregon to go get his M3 to come back so we can put all this stuff on his. So for now, we're going to get as far as we can on the exhaust because we do need his exhaust hangers, because the ones that came off of this car were made for whatever's going on here. So we kind of have to play exhaust hanger like swap-de-doo. So we'll get as far as we can on the exhaust right now, and we're probably gonna have to come back to it later in this video to finish it. But for now, let's get on as much as we can. Should I do the exhaust hanger first, you think? Probably.
No, get this started.
This is a disaster.
This is an ordeal.
Okay, wait a minute. No, I'm not there. Oh no, now it's too tight.
There.
Oh fuck. I don't think we're in. Okay, maybe I could just use my hand. Yeah, magic fingers, you know that?
Spare fingers.
I feel like I was way
Spare
more
fingers.
there. The long one comes from the other.
Like that.
That looks right. Yeah, I should, in theory, just slide in.
In theory. Oh, that way? That works.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, band clamp. There we go. Is that how we want that? Yeah. Okay, and then that's gonna go up. You have the nut in your pocket. We've got as much of the exhaust on as we can right now. I did have to re-tap one of the bolts coming off these downpipes. I don't know what brand downpipes these are. It comes back. I would recommend removing this hanger, putting it on the exhaust and putting it on and then sliding it on this. Coming back, we've got our resonator here. I kidnapped the plate because I don't have another one, so I took the one from the old exhaust. We got our resonator here, and then it comes back out to the rear axle back portion, which we're gonna have to wait on for now until we get the exhaust hangers for the muffler, which will be here in a couple hours. I would also say this is probably on the more budget-friendly side of exhausts for the F80 or for the M3s compared to a lot of the other ones out there. I would highly suggest having a second person help you install it, because trying to do all this by yourself can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Overall, fitment is pretty solid too. Like, everything fits up exactly where it needs to go. So let's get this other solenoid on our muffler back here real quick, and then we'll probably jump to getting our wheels on just to get kind of this big stuff out of the way. So if you're like me and you didn't have these solenoids, you had to buy them from BMW, which these are actually more affordable than I thought. They're about $100 each. Remove these from your old exhaust. If not, grab your new ones. You're gonna put this spring that they give you over this little guy here, and then they give you this little spacer piece, and you've got one with a bar in it and then one with a straight piece. The straight piece is going to go over that, and that's going to be kind of sprung like that. Then you can grab your solenoid here, make sure that it's all aligned and whatnot. So for us, we got to go right about like that. Turner gives you new hardware, so we're just going to get all of this in, tighten it up, and then this will be ready to go. So since we're waiting on the exhaust, we're gonna see if our wheels fit. I'm a little skeptical because those are 295s and a slightly more aggressive wheel. These are 275s on a less aggressive wheels. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Wheel bolts. Wheel bolts are funny. I'm gonna convert this car to studs. Wheel bolts are, I'm sorry. I don't like wheel bolts. I think wheel bolts are dumb. Okay, tell me what you want. Wheel bolts are dumb. I'm just not a wheel bolt guy. I know the fronts will fit. I'm not stressing the fronts at all, but the rears, those are the ones I'm a little skeptical of. That's a heavy fucking wheel. So we're gonna set that there. I'm gonna have a TPMS light on, but that's whatever. See days. We might be okay, actually. Brother! Oh, it fits! Why was I stressing? I was stressing. Okay, that's on the ground. It fits! I don't know, I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know if that's gonna fit. Those wheels tucked in so much. Okay. Somebody said this was the F80 starter pack. Made me laugh. All right. You know, whenever I mention that I don't like wheel bolts, there's always people that come to defend them saying they're not that bad, they're not that terrible. I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying I don't prefer them. They're not my preferred. I like studs, okay? I'm a stud kind of guy. You ruin a stud, you can replace a stud. You strip a wheel bolt, it's a hell of a lot more work. I'm pretty sure a stud gives you more clamping force than a bolt. I might be crazy. Next up on the docket, we're gonna replace our front kidney grille with a newer looking one. I mean, the one that's on there now, you guys saw it earlier, it's completely clapped out. So it looks like somebody tried to re-clear coat this, and I don't know what they did. So we're gonna get this grille out. There's just a couple tabs. I watched a video and it looks like we just have to release the bumper cover up here. How is this still holding on? Oh, it was hiding. What did I start undoing? I just started unbolting things. What did we learn? Don't just start unbolting things, or do. There we we go. So now I should just be able to pull this out to be able to reach my hand down in here, which I can. Wow, this is already very loose. Look at that, old grill is out. I mean, it's the same grill. Obviously, the new one looks way better, especially on the emblem. What do you think, worth replacing? There we go. Okay, so I want to say, yeah, the bumper, pretty sure the bumper slides into all of these. For some reason, I thought we were gonna have to take off the bumper and all this other stuff, but hey, apparently not. Does it go just like to the edges? Oh yeah, it does. It's gotta go like that. There we go. Now we got our new M badge and, well, I guess new kidney grill in with a clean M badge. That looks way better. Way better, and it was way easier. We're gonna jump to installing the front lip on the F80 now that we've done a lot of the smaller stuff. It was funny, I found the instructions for how to install this front lip online, and it says I'll put a little snippet right here. It says specifically from BMW, if you are installing the matte black, which is what we have, front lip option, you have to install it in conjunction with a rear spoiler. I'm not doing that. I don't even have a rear spoiler. I don't even want a rear spoiler. Maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it. Front lip consists of 2 templates. All of this hardware that's all labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This under tray piece, that under tray piece, and then the lip skin that goes over that. So I believe the first thing that we are going to be installing is this. I know we're going to have to drill some holes and whatnot. So let's get the M3 up in the air and I guess just start going through the instructions. Pulling up our instructions, only for matte black front add-on section, that's us. Remove the C-clips in the engine shield. The C-clips. It doesn't look like we have any, so our bumper's kind of damaged here, so we might have to do a little bit of trimming. Like that looks like it would line up right there already. I don't know if that's where it goes though, but that like lines up perfectly. This one, we can just take this broken piece out. This piece is gonna go up and slide underneath of that. So this has to kind of go, this has to go in here. Like so. Place the front bottom adapter G onto the front apron 1 and fit using hexagon screws 8. I got it! It's slightly longer and it's the same pitch. Here. I'm not gonna tighten them up all the way yet. If you guys are doing this at home with this matte lip, it's a little weird. So they have you drill like 6 pilot holes here. These are all pre-holes in this lip piece. And then 1 like self-tapper here. You've got the 2 in the middle, which we had to use a different one that was slightly longer to get it to actually sandwich in, but we almost have this in. I don't know, Melanie said this is a weird project, and I agree, this is kind of odd. So I guess we're gonna keep securing this before we actually put the lip on. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. That was probably the worst install I've ever done, but our lip is on. I think I'm missing a piece because unless you're just supposed to see this clippage here, I don't know. It's a factory BMW part, but the lip looks good. There's a lot to it. So let me actually get the car back up in the air and show you guys the bottom of it, but you guys can kind of see how the BMW is looking now. And dude, that looks so much better from when we brought it in the shop. Looking at the bottom of the bumper down here, you've got 1 piece that slides up and above the bumper in here. It bolts up here where the factory like skid panel would be. Mine is obviously broken, but no, so be it. Then you've got this outer or inner skin piece that you have to do all this weird stuff to get it to, there's just a lot of mounting positions. And then you've got all these plastic rivets, and I'm gonna be honest, those are probably the worst. Melanie and I found a pretty good solution where she held the rivet in place while I pulled the rivet tail out, and that locked them in place. We were short a couple because we made a couple mistakes, so we ended up using self-tappers in a couple spots, but overall, it is on there. I would not say that this lip is worth the $600 that BMW asks for it, but you know, it's a little late for us. We already bought it, it's already on, so. Next up, we're gonna do our DCT, so that's gonna be underneath of this big panel right here, right to the right of the exhaust. We have to drop this panel out of the way, which will give us access to our pan, which is right up here. We are gonna be replacing the factory plastic pan with this nice aluminum one. It's a Euro parts one, part number 24744. Comes with the gasket. We have our suction pump filter that goes inside of the transmission, the pressure filter that goes on the outside, new plugs, and then all of our fluids and everything like that. So first step for us is gonna be, let's drop this tray right here, pop out the fill plug for the transmission, get the drain plug coming out, and then we can pull the pan off and do the filters, start getting fluid back in this thing. Now that we've got most of the fluid drained out, we're gonna continue to let it kind of drip. I had to push the Subaru in a little bit more, so don't mind that. I'm gonna start pulling off this pan. Now I don't wanna round any of these because I do have to reuse them. Try. Oh no! No! I'm gonna let that do its thing for me. Oh, that was so much! Oh my God. Like, I knew there was gonna be some fluid that came out, but not all of it. The amount that came out was impressive. Look at this weather right now, man. What is this? So we have to get this guy out first. I'm assuming it's just this 1/8, and then it should just pull out. Yeah, just like that. So this just bolts in with 2 bolts, one here. And this is also one of the filters for the dual clutch transmission. 1 and 2. I think I bought a Getrag one, which I'm pretty sure Getrag is the one who makes the transmission. Oh yeah. My buddy recently did the service on his, and that white pickup piece that we just pulled out was broken, but this looks great. Transmission looks phenomenal. So this suction pump filter will just set over here and kind of let drain. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see it's got some material that's kind of built up in it, which is normal. Yeah, the new filter looking pristine in there. So I got the 2 bolts in my hand. We'll grab some of this fluid here to just lube up this O-ring. And this will go right in there. Right like that. 2 bolts for the suction pump filter. This guy is gonna go right back up in there. And get this guy threaded back in. Just hand tight, and look at that. New filter is in the inside of the transmission. Now we can start to get this new pan installed. So I'm gonna wipe off my hands because they're quite literally covered in gear oil and lube, and I'm just gonna have you start to hand thread in some of those screws. See, we got the metal pan now.
Can you just touch my elbow into that?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We have our new aluminum pan installed. Any fluid that was left over in the pan went on the floor. There was quite a bit of it. There's still a little bit of residue left. But we have our suction pump filter replaced, our aluminum pan reinstalled, all of these torqued down to 10 Newton meters. Now we've got this filter right here on the side of the transmission, which I think I need snap ring pliers for. Snap rings out and then, yeah, see? Oh yeah, see, oh, gross, icky. Covered in fluid. And then the filter should be right there. Yeah. I don't think it's been changed in a hot while. Oh yeah, it hasn't. You can see some of the metal in there, which is normal for transmissions, by the way. It's wild. All right, well, we're gonna let that drip out for a little bit. We'll put the new one in, the snap ring back in, and then we can start filling up the transmission and going through the bleeding process. Well, I've got our new filter in. I just ran to the store and bought a fluid transfer pump, and then I swapped out into I teed it down to a 1/8 MPT because the hole that we need to go in on the fill plug on the transmission is pretty small. So we have to do a cold fill on the transmission and then have Melanie hop in the car while it's running with my scan tool to monitor the temperature of the transmission. And then as she's up in the air with it, we will continue to fill up the transmission to get it all Gucci. I think factory, or I think on cold, we should be able to fit 4 of these in here. So, I mean, we'll start with 3. And it's just gonna be a lot of back and forth with this siphon. Trying to get all this done tonight. Oh yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. I hope you guys know this fluid is like the worst smelling thing. Does this do anything? I don't think so. What's the temperature say? Here, hand me the phone. Why are we at 0? Huh? I don't know if it was 93 or 193. You got your phone up there? Yeah. You wanna Google it? Alright, I'm taking off the fill plug now. And I'm gonna start filling it. It takes so much fluid. I gotta grab the other bottle, hang on. Honestly, the exhaust sounds way better already with the resonator in there. Not bad. Okay. That's all I've got. Oh, I don't have any more, mate. I guess let me put the fill plug on. All right, mate, shut it off. I ran out of fluid.
It's not overflowing?
No.
Does it require
7 to 9? 7 to 9 liter? Why did they send me 5? The kit, I bought a kit. Ugh, shit. All right, well, let me go to the auto parts store and see if they have any dual. 8.4? All right, I'm gonna run to the auto parts store and see if they have any. Because we can't finish transmission until tomorrow when that fluid comes in, so gotta rotate. Boop, 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 boop. So we're gonna slide it into these first. Ah! I have a way easier idea.
Sledgehammer?
Oh. No, because these are already slid in, so they're not gonna fall out. But if I loosen these.
We're in. This one's not all the way in, but it's in.
Oh, there we go. Okay, then now I can come back here and then get this hanger back on. So then I'll get all the hangers lined up. As Swan, I learned earlier not to try to get the exhaust hangers in, but just unbolt them. Dude, all I smell is DCT fluid.
Yep. Yeah, it's 100%.
Dude, it's the worst smell. It was significantly quieter already with just the resonator in here.
Oh, really? Oh, you already started it?
Yeah, we had to for the DCT service.
As long as they don't melt the plastic like the last one did.
It's too late. I shouldn't have done that.
Hey, you shouldn't have done that.
I knew, I literally said it. I was like, I shouldn't use the impact. I used the impact.
Zipping around nonstop.
Is that the clamp?
Nope, that was the bolt again.
I didn't even use an impact.
And this wasn't tight because he just wiggled it to straighten it out.
The first one, the impact. Okay, I could see the impact causing it.
And now I'm not even thinking it was the impact.
Yeah, I don't think it was the impact. So it's the next day. We did not get to finish the DCT service because we actually ran out of fluid. I bought a kit. I figured the kit would come with enough fluid. It did not. It only came with 5 liters. Melanie looked it up and it can take what, between 7 and 9 potentially when doing this. So thankfully I hopped on Amazon. I was able to next day this. It's that same dual clutch gear oil for the DCT. It's the exact same stuff as we put in there. I bought that as a 5 liter. I'll link that stuff down below, so if any of you guys are doing this, you can. We need to redo our hot fill on this, just to be able to get as much fluid in here as we can. The other thing I want to point out with the exhaust, if anybody is looking, I still would highly recommend this exhaust from an installation standpoint, the quality standpoint, with the exception of one thing. Exhaust came out great. We got the tips and everything on. However, I had to use some band clamps that we had sitting around the shop. With everything else, it's all slip joint and everything. But the clamps provided with this kit, no matter what we did, we snapped 3 of them. This one broke, and we snapped these before they ever got tight enough to actually secure the exhaust tip down. So we snapped that one, we snapped that one, and we stripped that one. So outside of these clamps for the exhaust tips, everything else is phenomenal. We are gonna get this thing started up here in a second, and we'll get some sound clips in this video as well of this Turner Motorsport full, I guess this would be a turbo back exhaust, except for the downpipe. So I guess it's catback. I guess this would be a catback exhaust. So same thing as last night. I'm gonna use the syringe, fill it up from this bottle, insert it into the transmission. Once the transmission gets to, what was it, 94 degrees Fahrenheit, 93 Fahrenheit. So Miss Melanie will be sitting in the car. She'll just monitor temps. She'll tell us when we're good, and I'll just keep filling up until fluid starts to come out of the transmission, and then that's when we know we're pretty much set and our DCT service is good to go. That's so much better. All right, I'm gonna send you up. Let me know when we're at temp. That sounds good. That's like not crazy loud. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, and fill plugs out. Yeah, because you want to fill the transmission up until it starts dripping out. My syringe is dying on us. As long as it gets through this one service. Oh my God, we need more? Oh no, it's coming out. It's coming out, look at that. All right, now we put the fill plug in. All right, there we go. All right, Mel, you can shut her down. That took an additional 48 ounces. If I don't put it on the ramps, it won't be able to come off. Woo, I almost fell. Boy, how we looking on that rear fitment? We looking good? Oh yeah. We might, I don't think we'll rub, dude. That's like tight. I probably could have gone with a slightly smaller tire, but Mo, what do you think? That's it, like the exhaust or the suspension fully settled with the wheels and tires.
I like it.
It's very close, but I think we'll be solid. turbo woof exhaust.
Yeah.
But it's not as loud as I thought it was gonna be.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah. The old exhaust was fucking way louder.
The old exhaust was straight piped.
So I figured I'd at least give you guys some in-car sound clips. It's a little difficult to do right now because I have a USPS truck in front of me, but just under like normal cruising, it sounds so much better. The exhaust is at a point where you can still hear it, but it's not so overly obnoxious where it's just kind of like drowning everything out that you hear. Especially for someone like me, I bring my dogs with me a lot of places. I'm sure you guys saw them in the background of the video and whatnot if you're new here. But like the super loud exhaust scares the shit out of our corgi. Our other dog, he doesn't care. He's all for the loud sounds. The valved exhaust, super nice too, because like when you're just cruising, it's nice, quiet, but still loud enough for you to hear. But when you get on it, it sounds good. The valves open up to a point where you can hear the exhaust very well. And it's weird because the more I do some car stuff, there's some cars that I just don't want ear blisteringly loud. Like this is what, like, I use this car as a daily driver. I don't need it balls to the wall loud all the time. I just want it at like that reasonable level. The Subarus, the full on, full out, full chooch cars, 100%, man, we'll make those things as loud as they can possibly be. But for something like this, I think this is a really good, like, sweet spot for me. Some people might want their car a little bit louder. Some people, I don't think anyone would want it quieter than this. This is like right above, like, it's in a good threshold in my opinion. But it's nice. The 295s on here actually drive in the rear. Drive really nice. On those 275s, whenever I'd get on it a little bit when it was wet, they would slip the tire. I think that it could be a combination of just old tires and whatnot. These are also all seasons as compared to summer tires. Living in Washington, we get a lot of wet weather, so I feel like for me at least, the all seasons tend to work a little bit better, especially on a car that I'm using as a daily. He's gonna do it. He did it. Actually, let's go into efficient mode. Valve stay shut. And it's just like quiet. It's like driving a stock car in efficient mode if you want it. Go into sport mode, opens up the valves, perfect tone. Honestly, I would highly recommend this Turner Motorsport exhaust for somebody who A, is looking for an exhaust on a budget, because this is on the more reasonable side for a lot of the F80 M3 stuff, as well as quality. Like I said, the only issue I had with this exhaust was the band clamps for the exhaust tips. I just don't know if the bolt grade wasn't strong enough or what, but we snapped 3 out of 4 of them. I didn't even try on the 4th one. Just grabbed some different band clamps, slapped them on. So we've heard a couple exterior sound clips, heard a couple interior. Overall, dude, I'm stoked with it. I love it. So there we have it. BMW's out of the shop. Everything maintenance-wise almost is taken care of. As you guys saw when we were doing just the sound clips of the car stationary, it shoots a little bit of smoke out every now and then. When I did the spark plugs on the car when I first got it, I did notice excessive oil buildup in Bank 1 turbo, being the forward-most turbo. So we did order that valve cover. I was reading some reviews of people doing aftermarket, like third-party replacements versus OEM BMW. I opted to spend a little bit more money, get the OEM BMW one, because from what I read on the third-party ones from China and all these other places, it's not the valve cover that will fail prematurely, it's the PCV valve, because the PCV valve is integrated into that valve cover. So I just bought a valve cover kit, comes the valve cover, all the gaskets, all the new hardware. I bought oil, do an oil change while we do it. I'm debating doing the charge cooler while I have the valve cover off, because I have to take the charge cooler off anyway, so we might just do an upgraded intercooler for the car. I don't know yet, we'll see. But overall, I'm stoked with how the BMW is coming out. It's my daily, so I'm not trying to go balls to the wall with it. However, this did happen to fall in my lap, so you know, if we ever do want to start to party, I did end up with a 6466 next gen. And from what people are telling me, these are phenomenal turbos on the F80s, or at least the S55. So who knows? We have a turbo to go single turbo. I think we enjoyed it as a twin turbo setup for a little bit. You know what? We're gonna do it. We'll go single turbo. We'll just do it in a couple months. I'm gonna enjoy it as a twin turbo setup for a while. And then once I get to the point where I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm ready. I'm comfortable with the car more. We'll turn it up a little bit more. We'll toss this 6466 on. I have to send this out to Precision to be rebuilt anyways, because it's a blown 6466, but it was free. So I'll send that out to get rebuilt. If any of you guys do have any single turbo kit suggestions, in the next couple of months, I'll probably start getting one ordered and set aside, but I don't have plans to go single turbo right this second. But you know, because a turbo happened to fall in my lap, why not? right? I'm hyped with how the F80 is coming out. We've got pretty much everything updated, taken care of on that car that I've wanted to do. From here, we'll probably start doing some body modification stuff to it, just some aesthetics and whatnot. I think it looks phenomenal right now, but I am on the hunt for, you know, maybe some side skirt extensions, rear diffuser, a couple small things, nothing too crazy on it quite yet. So if you guys like the video, if you like the BMW stuff, if you want more of the BMW stuff, let me know, and we can definitely make that happen. But with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Go and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, and whatever color it may turn for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be able to put it in one of these corners, no idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies. Woo!